And we're back with another episode on the Coffee Sometimes podcast. I am your host, your one and only host that I am every week, Ross Walters.
Thanks for having us on the show, Ross. We're so excited to be here. Long-time listeners, first-time talkers.
Yeah, I saw that you guys are both wearing green today.
And that's how we got on the show.
And that's like barely green.
You guys look great. You're feeling lucky. Today is a wonderful Tuesday, and we're here to just put some buttery radio out there for the good people. Right, boys?
Right.
Let's get this over with.
Today is a follow-up episode from last week's episode where Ethan ended with a scintillating, probing question.
Ross, you shouldn't.
You want to hear it live?
Do you have it pulled up there, Riley? You can pull it up on the internet?
I do have the internet, yeah. I have to wait until it starts over, though.
You got dial-up?
Do you guys remember having dial-up?
Nope. Dude, I didn't know how to use a computer until I was like 18. All right, 14.
Wow.
We want to know because that's literally
Wait, no, don't
our
listen to it.
job,
Act like you're not
is
hearing
trying
this
to
part.
create a wonderful experience. And
I'm
we'll probably
next hearing
week
what
be sharing
part?
some of our experiences.
I can't hear anything.
We've had
All right, here.
in the coffee
Stop.
industry
Shut up.
and even at our own facility. What makes you really excited when you have a good experience at a coffee shop? Inversely, what bums you out? Like you say you've traveled far and wide to go to this beloved coffee shop and you have a disappointing experience. Why? We want to know because that's literally our job is trying to create a wonderful experience. And we'll probably next week be sharing some of our experiences that we've had in the coffee industry and even at our own facility.
Definitely the ones who've had our own facility.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's right. And so that's what this episode is all about. Response to that question. We also got some wonderful listeners writing in.
Oh,
They sent,
we had to sort it.
snail mail.
What
through
makes you...
Okay,
sorry.
that part was over.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I love this question because it's kind of just one of the main reasons we started the company. And that's kind of the main reason anybody starts anything, or one of the main reasons anybody starts anything, is because they see a problem that bothers them and they want to solve it. Isn't that beautiful?
That's big.
I'm crying.
It's bigger, and it's bigger than making money, but it's like, well, we're going to make money from this and make a living, and we're going to solve a problem that's worth solving.
Dude.
Coffee shops are such a widespread thing, and everybody's got their coffee shop that they're loyal to, or maybe they go to a bunch of different ones, but everybody is keenly aware of how good a coffee experience is,
Yeah, and their expertise ranges, but it's something that's so personal, like your daily coffee experience, that you take it pretty seriously, You got a reason, a rhyme for your reason, a reason for your rhyme. And so whether you're super not into coffee, but you just need a place to go and you got a reason for going, or you're a total nerd.
Yeah.
But dude, 3 words, but first coffee. I'm going to need some of that Chemex you got going on over there.
Well, I thought I could start making this Chemex now. What do you think?
First off, what are you making?
Ooh. Oh, it's our winter blend platinum.
You're kidding.
50% washed Honduras. 50% natural sun-dried Rwanda.
This is my first natty Rwandan.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well,
To my knowledge.
You haven't lived.
yeah, man.
Well, I mean, hey, I've had the coffee before, guys.
This stuff will really open your mind. I'm telling you what.
Open your mind.
Hey, before we get into all that,
Is it
Right.
small talk corner?
no,
The weekend, huh?
I know a little guy who just had a birthday.
This is small talk.
Oh
'Cause
my
I'm little.
gosh.
And
Our littlest buddy.
Riley Westbrook, Big T. What you know about that, Willis?
Happy birthday to
Nobody wants to hear
About that,
this.
Willis.
Nobody wants to hear that. Dude, how was your birthday? Are you a birthday guy?
Oh.
Sounds like you're about to downplay
You seem like
it.
you just really want to be celebrated. Like everybody needs to know it's your birthday.
Yes.
And like everywhere
Yes.
you go, you're like, can I get something for free?
Yeah.
And will you sing for me?
Guys, okay, before you answer that,
I thought this was about me.
Tell me something. And Riley, you can answer first since it's all about you. How entitled do you feel on your birthday to have a slightly better time than other days that's not your birthday? Riley? That question's for you.
Do you want me to answer that question before I answered the other part of the other question?
Yes.
Or do you not care about the other question anymore?
Don't question my motives.
Yesterday I woke up with the expectation. If this expectation would have been fulfilled, I wouldn't have cared because I much rather would have just helped. I just knew my wife was going to like take more care of the baby for the day.
Sure.
And she did.
Yeah.
And
that you were going to get a text from yours truly.
yes.
Like that was your...
And me too.
Yeah.
But after I sent you
after a work text.
But after he forgot. Anyways. So it's not that I didn't offer,
Of course.
like, hey, anything I can do before we leave?
yeah.
But she's like, no.
She's like, babe,
No.
it's your birthday.
No, hey, just get out your phone and look at whatever you want.
Just flip through reels for the next 3 hours.
Why don't you go look at TikTok's birthday boy?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's my answer.
Okay.
So you were like...
I don't
maybe-
feel entitled, but I am entitled,
Yeah, you can't feel...
Sure,
You can't feel
sure.
what you already are. I
Wow.
mean, I would say that I battle that because you want to have a good day, but you want to try to...
Not be a douchebag.
Right. And then I try to be like, okay, normal day.
Yeah.
And then anything that happens that's abnormal, I'm like, oh, this is so fun. Instead of like, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
And then everything is like reaching for that line.
For sure.
So I'm like, let me just imagine having the worst possible day where everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then everything's awesome.
What
I'm
a
like,
great
oh my
way
gosh,
to
I
live.
didn't get a flat tire on the way here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
I didn't get a flat tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm pretty proud that I went through all of yesterday with a lot of people not knowing it was my birthday. Like I took pride in that.
Why do you take pride in that, buddy?
Just because I think it.
You got a little smirk on your face.
Wipe that smirk off your face.
I don't know. I
did go by the cafe and I was like, did you guys tell Riley happy birthday? And they're like, what?
exactly.
And I was like,
So I don't know. I never want to be the guy that's just like, it's my birthday. Like, like wakes up.
yeah, I'll have a
Happy
drip
birthday
for
to
my
me.
birthday.
And so I even told Michaela before I was going there, we went in Valor, I was like, I do not want them singing happy birthday to me. Do not tell them it's my birthday.
Ooh, yikes. Did they?
No one knew it was my birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
But they sang anyways because they're just crazy.
After last night, Sophia messaged me and she was like, Riley, happy birthday. I had no idea. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. But she
You're
was
like, yeah,
sad.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, dude, what about you on your birthday?
yeah. I completely agree with what Riley said that, Rachel will take care of the kids a little bit more, Sorry, I'm just having a hard time. Riley doesn't like how I do this.
Yeah. More swirls.
More concentric circles.
Is there enough water?
It's more of a conversation, not so objective. Yeah, I feel a little bit more entitled on my birthday to have a good time, but I actively fight that, like you. Like I would agree with both of you guys. Like I definitely am like, man, I hope I have a great day today. It's my birthday, and
It's the day in which
I
was
just
born.
wake up and I look in the mirror and I'm like, you're gonna have a good day today, Ross. It's your birthday, and not really, but yeah, I've noticed that. My 3-year-old feels way more entitled on her birthday.
Oh.
And if things don't go well, like
Daddy is to blame.
It's tanking real quick. But
Gets untold.
it gets very untoward. Goldswick.
Hey, we want to hear from you guys. What's your best and worst
Next
birthday?
week on the podcast, we're going to talk about
It's the
how
birthday
entitled
episode.
you are on your birthday. Anyways, well, how about this topic, boys?
Oh,
The people of the world have spoken, and they've told us their qualms and unqualms and dequalms of a coffee experience. And I'm dying to hear what they have to say. I bet we're going to hear a lot of the same things, but we'll hear some differing, opposing things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Does that make sense?
I wasn't tracking, and then I started tracking. So
Yeah,
now
like
I'm tracking.
different, but also the same.
Yes.
I don't know. Forget it.
Maybe we can give some. Maybe I could give some backstory on why we're talking about this.
Wow.
Great idea, man. Context is a good thing.
So I think it all stems from, even part of it is when the three of us are together. Let's just give
Let's give a.
Take us there, baby. Take us.
An example would be the three of us. We go on an owner's retreat every year. Just
Sometimes.
except this past year because we all had babies. Actually, nope. No, we didn't.
Yeah. But I think we did 2 in a year.
The year before.
The year before.
Yeah, to make up for it.
That was the best year ever.
Best year of my life.
So we do that, and a realization when we do these things is we don't drink much coffee when we're on them. You guys think about that? No, we drink coffee, but we don't do this to like go to coffee shops.
Sure, it's not a coffee crawl
It's not a coffee crawl.
by any stretch.
And also, I would say specifically on the most recent one, we just didn't go to many coffee shops.
Yeah.
In Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably partly due to the location.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's not exactly a coffie mecca, as it were.
There's that, and then I feel like anytime I go to another city, someone's like, when I get back, someone's like, where'd you get coffee? And I'm just like,
The
didn't.
hotel.
And a part of that is because I find myself often disappointed.
What?
And that's not to say that there's not plenty of amazing coffee shops out there. But, some people, I guess I would just say the heartbreak isn't worth it. I know some people would say it's better to love and lose than to never have loved at all. But not this guy.
Yeah. Well, whenever you travel somewhere and you are experiencing that coffee experience, you're experiencing the experience.
You're just like in this experience.
Go
that
there,
you're
Ross. Go
experiencing.
there,
Yeah.
man.
Let me just unpack what
You
experience
don't
means real
realize that
quick.
you're experiencing it.
Yeah. That's so funny. The point is, if you're a regular at a coffee shop, you're going to have likely a way different experience than you are if you just traveled to a new city and you went to a coffee shop for the first time.
Yes.
Some might say that when you go to a coffee shop for the first time, you're getting like the true test of what that coffee shop is.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, people become regulars because they like the cafe and they like get some better treatment to some extent because you're a regular. But yeah, I mean, you're kind of looking at the coffee experience, the whatever coffee shop is in question, in its realest sense when you travel somewhere. So that can be
Like a fly on the wall.
like a fly on the wall.
Like a fly on the wall. Unless you're 3 hipster-looking Joe Schmoes like us sometimes when we roll up. You know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
just like, that they know that you're like judging what's happening.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll have a 1-in-1.
Yeah. one, please.
Filter
Filter.
for
Yeah,
here.
I'll have black.
Filter and a ceramic.
He'll have white.
Hey, that is fun. Have we said our order?
I think we have.
In light of what Riley said, we do go to coffee shops together, and we kind
in
of get
spite of what Riley said.
yeah.
To my chagrin.
To Riley's chagrin, we
Right in with your chagrin.
yeah. What's your latest chagrin? We get the same thing every time, right? Would you say?
More or less.
Yeah.
I know I have one curveball that you guys make fun of.
A fun non-alcoholic drink.
Yeah. What are your sparkling
What kind of
options?
fun non-alcoholic drinks do you guys have?
Yeah, you got like a kombucha or like a sparkling.
All
Make
right,
it
just
fun.
say the order, man. Just say the order.
All right. Wait. Ross orders a cap. No. Riley orders a cappuccino.
Yeah.
Hold
And
on
then-
a second. I think, okay, at this point, I don't know who orders what. We
Yeah.
just, one person orders.
I
One
thought-
orders one portion. Yeah. One
Yeah,
person
we
orders.
get a drip, A drip or a by the cup, depending on what seems swaggier. Espresso and a cappuccino.
You already know.
You already know. And it's fun, man. It's fun to see, like, oh, this one was really good. Oh, this one was a little lacking.
Well, why do we do that? Why is that a good test of what? Because this is a common thing that I hear people say, which is like, oh yeah, I always get a dirty chai, because if that's the true test of what if a coffee shop is good or not. Because if you can make a dirty chai well, then you can definitely, make whatever else.
That's hilarious.
It's weird. There's a subgroup. There's the dirty chiers out there.
Yeah, I mean that was
only love and respect.
Yeah, of course,
to those guys.
Of course, that was my first drink I would order at a coffee shop, was a dirty chai.
I would get.
Believe it or not, I know.
Same.
Look at me now. You see, I'm obviously wearing a flannel, drinking a pour over.
I could 100% see you drinking a dirty chai
Right
you
now.
look
Take
this second.
take that back,
Bro,
Nope.
there's a cup,
I won't.
and it is a dirty chai right behind you. You're not even drinking the Chemex.
Yeah,
You poured it out. You
you're
poured
right.
in your dirty chai.
He made it at home.
You're right.
He bought an espresso machine at home just for the steam wand for his dirty chais.
Well, I didn't want to make it in front of you guys because you guys are pretentious baristas.
Yeah, we are.
Anyways.
Espresso, cappuccino, by the cup.
But why do we order that? Why is that a good sample?
It is you made fun of the whole dirty chai thing, but it actually is kind of a true test.
Yeah, it's arranged. How is your filter by the cup process?
Mm-hmm.
That's just one category. How's your espresso? That's another category. And then how is your espresso with milk, and how's your milk?
Yeah. We'll probably get into this later, but especially when it comes to espresso, like dialing in is finicky. I'm sure many of the people that are listening to this know that. But if you don't, dialing in espresso, it's not as simple as just throwing the beans in the hopper and then letting it rip.
It's an art, guys. You got to respect it.
There's like 5 or 6 variables, that you got to all get in the right place for the God shot, for the optimal shot, right?
To get your shot to come out in 26 seconds.
The problem what usually happens is, the baristas come in at the beginning of the morning and they dial in the coffee. And the problem is, though, that recipe of all the different variables is subject to change throughout the day, depending on how busy it is, depending on the humidity, depending on other variables.
Moon phases.
Yeah.
Mostly moon phases.
Depending on if, Mercury's in retrograde, it could really put a lot of adverse effects on the espresso. Just kidding. But
Maybe
not.
Science is still.
Oh gosh, man, I'm funny, guys. You guys are funny too.
I was the one that was funny just then.
I
Yeah.
think that's the first time you said we're funny. You always.
You think
What are
you're
you
way
talking
funnier
about?
than us?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
you do.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I laugh at you guys. No, I don't.
You laugh at yourself way more than you laugh at us.
That's because I'm a dad, man. Chill.
You're just sitting there. We're all working, and then you're like,
No, you guys are really funny. You make me laugh all the time. Anyways, let the record show they just dapped up and hugged.
no, the camera's going to get that.
Yeah.
Camera's actually not on you this episode, by the way.
At all.
I don't even remember what I was talking about,
Dude,
guys.
That was-
dialing
it was
in
boring.
is
Yeah.
finicky.
It was- See, that was funny. It was at my expense, but that's part of humor.
It was honest, but it was
If
funny.
you watched Culture Couch last week and you saw an abrupt end, it's because I was sitting behind the camera for the first time ever during Culture Couch, and Ethan was just going on about something, and I acted like I fell asleep. He lost his train of thought, and Ross ended the show.
It was.
I was like,
It wasn't even boring. It was good, and then you just started
It
snoring.
was so good. I literally made a reel from the clip where I cut him off
Oh, okay.
because it was good.
Yeah. That's
when
a really
you're
interesting
experiencing
tactic.
an
then.
experience. Dang it, Riley!
Oh, gosh.
We have fun.
When you order an espresso at a cafe, it's a really good test of if they are good or not. I don't know.
They're just staying up to
They're
date
staying
on
up
their
to date
Spro.
because just because you dialed in the morning doesn't mean that is going to stay the same throughout the whole day.
Super honesty time. How many times do you think we check espresso at the cafe?
This gets into a bigger topic. I'm showing how I'm a politician here.
Of my video I'm going to release about how the E80 is terrible.
Well, that's true. We do have to change it probably because like the grinder, the variables prompt us to change it. That is fair. I know at shift change, we're always like, boop, 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 checking in.
Like someone comes on, they're like, boop, boop, time to get this bad boy dialed
they're
in
like, gotta
my
cha-
way.
I got to change the boiler temp. I got to change the mineral content. They're like,
Yeah. They take out their third wave water. They're just dumping that into the espresso machine.
Like somewhere.
it's like on it. I would say it's more
like
like
an IV, like
IV drip of third wave water.
There's definitely a constant monitoring, right? Because a huge thing that we preach is range of excellence. So it's like always keeping an eye on how things are coming out and then monitoring and adjusting when need be. So every day is probably different, but I would say, at least 2 to 4 times a day.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is true, but I would like to think that, pretty much every time you pull a shot, you're at least glancing at how long the shot took.
Sure.
And if you dialed in at 26 seconds, which obviously is the best.
Yeah, you're going to.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to do that.
You usually say when you dial in.
Yeah.
they're kidding, guys.
In the
Have we
shot,
told
We
that
have to say
story?
we're kidding now because someone commented on the YouTube video last week telling us about how WDT isn't new technology.
oh, okay.
And we joked about how it was like brand new and like we were pretty clear about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then they were like, this isn't new.
I kind of like when people misunderstand stuff.
Dude, hey, a comment is a comment, and we need to cherish that comment.
Yeah. Okay. So
Let's don't come around too often.
we need just the right amount of misinformation out there.
Also, he said that he wears his cowboy hat all the time.
This guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's good for me to hear.
But
I wonder where he gets his hats.
Colson said you can't wear a cowboy hat scuba diving.
Didn't
and
I
you
say
can't wear it on a roller coaster without a chin strap. Is that what he said?
Wait, maybe that's what he said. Someone said scuba diving. Was it?
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's debatable, honestly.
Can we please? This is too tangential, and I'm sorry.
This podcast hasn't been tangential at all, man. What are you
I know
talking
we've
about?
been on it. Can
You
we?
could just do this on the roller coaster like you do if you're on a bull.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
A bull is a roller coaster at the end of the day.
We are around our 1 year mark. I'd say we probably hit it, right?
This is the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Then, dude, we don't have to do it. We don't have a lot of time right now because of Dunwoody and like a bunch of other stuff. But can we please react to our first podcast?
Sure.
That's so meta and so dumb, but I just think it would be so funny to
Yeah.
like us watch our first
the
podcast.
David podcast?
It could be the David one. It could be the one where it's just us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or we could do a secret release of Podcast Zero.
I deleted it. I'm just gonna be real.
Dang it.
But hey, the people are going to be interested, so we just got to keep baiting them. So like, yeah, the secret
They would not be.
podcast
It was really boring.
could come out, huh? You just got to smash like.
We
and
all
we'll-
had one too many drinks at what was that place?
I don't even
Beside Oak. What's that place called?
Coletta?
know. Coletta.
Yeah.
You guys went to Coletta without me?
I definitely did not have one too many drinks. I will tell you that much.
I was kidding. Okay.
Listen, we can't kid anymore.
You're
Yeah,
right.
no fun.
You're right.
Okay.
All right. Good talk, boys.
Yeah. All right.
That does
was,
it.
That was really good.
We will react.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got what I
love that.
wanted. Birthday miracle.
Now,
26 seconds. That's where we got off track.
Yes.
We can get off track as long as we can get back on.
Right.
Wow.
That's such words.
That's
to
core
live by.
values.
Yeah.
That gets you back on.
Anyways, I think that I was done with that. I think it's time to hear what people have to say about what they like and don't like about coffee shop experiences.
And at the end, we'll give our likes and don't likes.
Yep.
And probably sprinkled throughout. Hello.
Coffee tastes good. How much stronger is it because you ran out of water?
I'll tell you all the specs, little buddy. Little guy.
You just call me shrimp.
Shrimp.
Shrimp cocktail.
So this coffee was roasted less than 24 hours ago. So it's already, at a deficit. I did 60 grams of coffee with a 1:16 ratio.
Yep.
960 grams of water.
Yep.
And I ground it on almost the coarsest setting of our EK.
Wow.
Our EK is calibrated to do espresso though, so that's not that coarse. But I think it's amply coarse for Chemex. And so I made the pour over, and it took 8 minutes and 50 seconds. And instead of pouring 960 grams, I poured 900 grams.
So it's a 1 to 15.
Yeah.
Math. Suck it.
I was honestly kind of impressed that you did that, but then I just did the math and realized how
Then you're like, oh,
easy
the
it
dose was 60. So that's easy.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Thank you. Hey, thanks for making the coffee.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
was
use
waiting
the
for that.
WDT at all?
I used it in the sense that I was like fidgeting with it whenever I was making the pour over.
So it was like,
But because
secondhand?
because it's such old technology, I just like I just was like, this is so irrelevant.
what's the new?
There isn't. Barista Hustle is making an automated one, which is intriguing.
Oh, yes. All right.
And it's-
So
Break it down.
our friend of the program, listener, longtime listener, first or second time caller, Ethan, not this Ethan, a different Ethan.
You can just say
I
it's
remember
me, man.
meeting this cat.
Oh, same.
Back
Several
in
times.
the cart days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So Ethan, thank you for listening to the program.
You're
thank
welcome.
you for writing in and for these thorough questions and answers.
Lovely.
You're welcome.
How much of this do we want to dive into? Because do we just want to go through his whole email and maybe lightning around some of it?
Well, some of it was just like, hey guys, here's some podcast ideas. Some of it was like,
Sure.
here's my direct answer to the question.
So let's do the podcast
So,
ideas.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. No, I would just do like maybe a little condensed version of each little point.
Perfect. All right. So he goes right in on answering Ethan's question, Ethan's burning question, with he likes to see quality coffee drinks, especially coffee on its own. I tend to order an espresso and one other beverage when I visit a cafe. Touche. And almost always that combo when it's my first time there. Hey, he's got a method.
Yep, similar to us.
It's, hey.
Everything else could be great, but if the espresso or drip is way off, it's tough to be excited about the experience for me.
Yeah,
That's fair.
absolutely.
I feel that.
Has that ever happened, though?
Like everything was awesome, but the espresso or the drip was bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Name one time, Russ.
You want me to like name drop people?
No, dude.
On
I
the
don't
Probably
program?
like times when I've gone into Valor, honestly. I've gotten a whack espresso.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
been like fun, though.
Yeah, but I'm like, like, I got my cowboy hat on.
Honestly, I thought of Valor. Yeah, because like it was an off day for the espresso or an off shot,
Sure.
and the rest of the experience was amazing.
All right.
But you went back.
I did end up going back. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I sort of hate to say this one because you all aren't doing it. What the heck, Ethan? And I am also interested in opening a coffee-related business without fresh food, but I love it when there are quality, fresh/hot breakfast options at a cafe. Good pastries do the job for me, but a hot egg biscuit or something of the like will really get me jazzed and coming back for more. For me, this is because I love to get into a cafe first thing in the morning and being able to skip breakfast at home and grab something more substantial than a pastry at the cafe makes it that much easier to get there early. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if my dream would be to go to a coffee shop with amazing food every day.
Like an Australian
And we do
style.
have amazing food. It's just not what he's saying, like full menu.
And I don't know if he's been, since we tried to match that with like the ham, egg, and cheese croissant.
It's still
It's
not
different.
quite
It's-
there.
Yeah,
But I think about like when we were in Buffalo and we went to Public Espresso. Like that was really cool.
yeah. I mean, that was like what, 8,000 square feet,
Yeah.
What?
8
I
people
didn't
working,
end up going there.
It
full
was
kitchen.
crazy.
It was just like massive coffee menu, massive food menu, donuts, like millions of donuts, a ton of fun non-alcoholic drinks. I'll give you that. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in like coffee shop heaven.
Yeah.
I can get the pick of the litter, and it was good.
That was very cool. If you're ever in Buffalo, check out Public Espresso. They followed us on Instagram last
And
week.
Remedy House too. They ripped
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
They
yeah,
do-
you're
They do
right.
food as well, and they're in
sure.
a much tighter space. Do they do food? Was I wrong?
No, they do food for sure. I got a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Remedy House. We do food.
2.
Let's keep it moving. Great service and hospitality. This one is obvious, and you all have nailed it down, but it must be mentioned. I live in... Should I say where he lives?
No.
I live in... Beep. And there is not a single cafe with quality, intentional service. It saddens me daily, frowny face. Valor would absolutely knock the socks off the city who has no cafe option with the kind of hospitality you offer.
Because we use the WDT?
Yes. Solely because.
What? So let's break that down just for a second. I know we're kind of moving quickly. He said something along the lines of quality intentional service. Is that what he said?
There is not a single cafe with quality intentional service.
I was right on. What do you think he means by that? Or at least what does that mean to you?
I would think... Okay. I bet you there might be a coffee shop where he can go and they know him and they're nice enough to him.
Sure.
But if
Like,
you're talking
hey,
about...
what's up? Nice.
Yeah. And like maybe they know what he does for a living or something. Maybe. I'm just saying, dude, if you go into any coffee shop enough times, they'll probably figure it out.
Yeah, especially if you look like them,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But I
Yes.
fully stand by that.
So, yeah, I think probably they say hey to him when he walks through the door. Hey, how's it going? Like first experience. And then when you get to the bar, you order, it's probably more than like, all right, this will be right out. Or the first words when you get up to the, like to the register, to the point of sale is like, hey, what can I get for you? That's what I think bad service is. Mm-hmm. It's just like, there's no...
Just transactional.
That is a harsh transition.
Yeah.
And that's not very human.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. I mean,
How are your kids?
some could call that not genuine. But
Some have called that not genuine.
yes.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? We talked about intentionality versus authenticity. But what I was thinking was an environment where guests feel seen, cared for, and related to. And that can come in a plethora of shapes and sizes.
I don't feel seen.
I don't feel cared for or related to. Man, that's like a tough thing to say. Like you got to be a tough guy to be able to say that.
Absolutely.
But basically, or on the flip side, not on the flip side, just a different way of saying it. I just think just to feel known, right? Just like, you know I'm here. You're excited I'm here.
That's it for me, bro.
I'm here. This isn't
I'm here
weird. It's not weird that I'm back. It's just like, oh, hey, Ethan. How's your butt? How's
Or
your butt
Ethan,
rash?
in this instance.
Yeah, this was me having the rash.
Yeah.
How's your rash? Oh, good. The doctor gave me some new ointment, so
All right.
hopefully it works.
I think for me, it's just I can tell that this person is glad that I'm here. I think so often I go somewhere and I feel like a nuisance.
Oof.
And that
Dude,
isn't
go there.
Ever walk into a
cafe
and
feel
think, why do I feel like a freaking nuisance RN?
Yeah, it says that's our website copy.
Yeah,
that's why
we
on
get that.
That's good copy. Let's be real.
It's pretty good.
Shut up.
You're a huge hypothetical questioner.
No, I am not.
I wrote that.
No way.
Yes, we sat at Fellows Bar and we wrote it together, and I remember I came up with that part. So don't
You weren't there.
Don't crap on him.
Where was I?
Don't crap on him. Crap on me, please.
Ew.
Anyways.
I don't feel seen.
I don't feel seen. Yeah. What's the next thing he said?
He said, cleanliness. Outside the building, behind the bar, seating areas, bathrooms, all of it. If it's not clean and tidy, there's just an underlying dissatisfaction, I feel. Agreed.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more subconscious, but
Yeah.
it's like when I'm in my house and my house is messy, I just like feel worse.
Yeah.
You just like yell.
Yeah, just like lose my temper on my family.
Next up, comfort. Attention to temperature, comfort of seats, stability of tables, down with the rocking tables, acoustics/volume control.
Wow.
I agree from the guest side.
Go there, dude. Go there.
Dude, yes, bro.
If we're talking specifically about some comfort things, as an owner, as a procurer,
A coner.
as a coner of a space,
A prestigious coffee shop.
if your seats are too comfortable, someone's gonna be in it all day.
All day.
If you
Yeah.
have outlets everywhere, someone's gonna be plugged into that outlet all day long.
Mix the two of those, you got squatters.
And especially for us
Then
in
you
our
got squatters'
Alpharetta
rights.
Cafe, I also have to say that he addressed this email to the Valor C-suite. That is funny.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm touched.
No one's ever called me that.
If you have people in a seat all day long in a 25-seat cafe, that's very bad for business. So we have to toe the line of comfortability. Totally agree with temperature, acoustics, and volume control. For us, our volume kind of pushes away campers anyways, because it's, or, you know, people are going to sit there and meet all day because it's a party in there.
Yeah.
But you know, talking about me, when I walk in somewhere, I would love a comfortable seat.
Yeah, and there's levels to this, right? Like the rocking table. Like if you're gonna have a space, just maybe don't slam all the tables next to each other.
You never responded to my ping about the table bases.
I can do it now.
Yeah, could you get on that? You could just talk to me about it here. I did pose to you doing bolt down tables,
You're crazy,
which is
dude.
crazy. I know. It's crazy.
We're
We're already gonna have pendants right above them. So
Your worst nightmare would be walking to the space and a pendant is just like over a floor,
A rogue pendant.
and or like under
You just
someone's.
like start shaking.
Someone's gonna hit
and
their
just,
head
like-
on it.
You just like walk out.
next up, care for the earth and all sentient beings. When I can tell that the business is working to minimize the negative and maximize the positive impact on their employees, guests, and all who make their business positive. Cows supplying milk, farmers supplying coffee, vendors with supplies, etc. That's a huge plus for me.
There you go.
Hey, that's something we don't really tout, but it's something that I feel like just we laid a foundation
Yeah.
when we started. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yeah, we get compostable cups. We get compostable straws.
We take our coffee grounds to a farm.
Yeah, we compost.
Me
our
and
cups.
Ross take the coffee grounds to the
every
farm
week,
every
you
week.
guys like dump it and do it, and we get local milk. You know, we buy organic products. It was just like it's just what you're supposed to do. It's not even like
Yeah. For me, when I see a coffee shop that looks super cool and you can tell the build out was expensive and they have a fancy roaster featured or they roast their own coffee and everything's fancy, but they don't do those things, that gets on my nerves
totally.
because they are
And you're paying $6 for a latte, and then it has Mayfield milk, and you're like,
not only because of
Skirt.
that, but like they're only placing attention and emphasis on things that are external, that are like immediately going to give them a return.
yeah,
But it's not bad to have a fancy build out. It's not bad to have a fancy roaster, but it's great to have all those things.
that's why you should work with us, the humble roaster.
No, we're fancy, bro. But yeah, but to not invest in those long-term things is annoying to me and kind of shows some true colors.
Yeah. Ethan also wrote several more great questions for us that we will answer probably next week on the podcast. Maybe we'll just roll with another Q&A here soon
Thanks,
because
Ethan.
I definitely want to get to those. We just don't have the time today. So thank you, Ethan, for your amazing responses.
Thanks, buddy.
So now hopping over to Instagram, same question, best and worst things.
And if you don't follow Coffee Sometimes Pod,
Not
is
the
that-
Valor.
not Valor, we have a separate Instagram for the Coffee Sometimes podcast. Follow that to stay in the loop.
Yes,
Please.
You can find that in the description below. So, first up, A_small_axe. Cool name.
Is that a family name?
A small axe.
This takes time to develop, but I love when a coffee shop remembers my name in my usual order. If I go to a coffee shop and they remember my name after the 2 or 3 visits, I am impressed.
Yeah.
Totally agree. That's something that many people on our staff do that really impresses me. And also something I have done in the past, and they appreciated it so much.
Yeah.
That they still come back, even though you're not behind the bar anymore.
Yeah. They do say Riley made the best cortado.
Oh,
But-
people talk about your cortados, bro.
My world famous
They're in-
cortados.
They went down in infamy. A quick thing about this is we talked about this before, but people sometimes we hire people and they're like, I'm just not like a names person, and then we're just like, you are now. Welcome, and then they get it, and you learn people's names. It's just not that. I feel like people say that is a hill they can't climb, and then we say,
As if it's a skill you're born with or not.
right.
You might have certain propensities that lean you towards that, but it's totally a learned skill.
Yeah. So learn someone's name today, darn it.
Yeah. No more excuses.
You are Gordon?
That's my middle name.
Oh, sorry. I always remember people's middle names on accident.
Next up, we have Alex Rosas. Is that how you'd say that?
Sure. He's got a great profile pic.
Oh, yeah. Props to you, Alex. Alex says, excited. When the latte art is on point, Spro is dialed, and milk is steamed to perfect temp and aeration. Also, when you can tell the barista loves talking about coffee and is friendly about it. Bummed. The opposite of what makes me excited.
There you go.
Straight
Respect
up
the
and
game.
down.
I that really hasn't been mentioned yet, but a barista's passion for the product. It always makes me like I think about when I go to a nicer restaurant and the server is, I can tell that they're not just saying a script of their specials. I can tell that they really have tried it, and they say things like chef did this or chef did that. You know,
Chef.
It makes me feel really fancy when they call the chef.
Gosh.
And they don't say the chef.
Can we say like expo this, expo that?
We can say anything we want, baby.
Thank you. I needed that freedom.
Agreed. Example of perfectly steamed milk. When we used to roast at Peach, I feel like me and Ross would get a cappuccino every week, and it would always be a banger.
Perfect.
So props to Peach on their cappuccino.
And their mod bar.
Is that it? Nope. Sorry.
Mod bar.
Sticker.
Sticker?
I thought there was a sticker on the Chemex. It was a reflection of the light,
All right.
and I'm sorry. I'm kind of Mr. Tangent today.
L Neil 7622. Shout out Lynn.
Lynn!
A place where I feel like a friend, remembered, and where I can remember those who make my coffee. Sharing life. Consistent, roasted well, perfect temperature. Valor is always a happy place invested in coffee and people. Bummed about burnt beans. Flippant attitudes about the brew. Nasty, mass-produced, too sweet syrups.
Whoa, Lynn.
Yeah.
Not holding back. I get it.
Let her rip, Lynn.
Let it
I
rip.
love it.
Lynn, thank you for being so amazing.
We love you both,
You
Chris
really
and Lynn.
are. So sweet.
Staples of the Alpharetta community.
Next up, Abby Lee Thompson. Happy, friendly people, consistently good drinks, fun vibe. Sad, rude, beep, people, happy.
Abby.
Sterile vibe, no place to change baby's diaper.
Hey-o!
Oh.
We had to change that
We did.
because someone on the team had a kid, and then they're like, yo,
Yeah, this is a
Where to
problem.
poop go?
where'd the poop go? We're like, the toilet.
He's like, hey, newborns can't sit on the toilet, guys.
Says you.
Yeah, my baby's already sitting on the toilet.
What did she say anything that was different from other people?
She was saying the fun vibe.
Fun vibe.
Fun versus sterile.
Fun versus sterile. What do you think makes up a sterile vibe?
All white.
Like the design is all white.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to have all white interior design and have a fun vibe?
Yes.
So then,
I'm just
What do
saying
you think
it's
makes up a sterile
I'm saying
vibe?
it's a component.
It's so hard because I only have examples that I could say, but I'm not going to say them.
well, okay.
We all know you go somewhere that has a $2 million build out and you're just like, nah.
Man, I really want to know why that is because I totally agree. But
It's almost like too much money makes it bad. But also, I'm like, if we did a $2 million build out, I feel like it could be cool.
yeah.
If you want to see us do a $2 million build out, Venmo me $2 million.
Yep.
Well, maybe there's something in we're talking about design when I feel like the real answer is just like
The people.
the sounds, the volume, the people, the guest even. Like
Yeah.
if you just got a bunch of hipsters not talking, sitting there, I don't know, you could just feel weird. But like Alpharetta's fun. There's just like a bunch of different walks of life in there. And it's just like, ooh.
Yeah.
But about the design, I was like, sometimes maybe people overcompensate for like style and cool, and you end up like sitting on a really uncomfortable stool on a really low table, and you just like don't feel comfy.
Yeah.
Versus like, I just need a nice chair to sit in. It's that easy.
Sure.
Where are the chairs at? Because we almost did stools
We did almost do stools.
exclusively, but
I'm glad we didn't.
yeah, people would have been mad.
Yeah.
I would have been mad.
Hey,
I am mad.
why are you mad? All right, that's all we got. How about we move on to some personal top
maybe-
of the list and bottom of the list.
I always something that I really like about going to a coffee shop. I really, and I've said this on the program before. Whenever I get a drip coffee, a batch brew, and it just tastes like a pour over, like it tastes like it's fresh. And whenever they have a coffee on drip that's complex enough to tell that it's good, as in it's not like a super dark coffee. I think if you are a coffee shop and you have dialed in your drip really well and you're also turning and burning, that really says a lot about the operation, because you're not letting it sit and you have a bunch of customers that like that kind of coffee, and or you're at least having that quality control aspect of not letting coffee sit for too long. I don't know why I'm just such a stickler about that.
Live your truth, bro.
Yeah,
There's space for that here.
that's my truth.
It's good though. It's really good because drip is like the most accessible option at a coffee shop. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you can nail it, that speaks to the rest of the operation.
Yep.
Raleigh?
Oh, you're next. I'm looking at you.
Oh, we go clockwise now. I forgot.
We just go.
Forgot about our
however-
big, like our 3-hour meeting where we're talking about like how do we all answer questions and like counterclockwise, clockwise,
Yep.
across. All right. I'm good. My thing is small, but I was digging in the depths of my soul, and I was like, we don't do this every time, so this is a burn to us sometimes. I just don't like when people like just call out a name for the drink. Derek. I'm like, I want you to look and find Derek and be like, hey, Derek. And you even, heck, leave the bar or have someone leave the bar and like, there's like a no counter, human to human, full body touch point.
Yeah.
And if that could be at the handoff of the drink, that's great. In Dunwoody, I'm really excited about the way we're building our point of sale station so that you don't have to be behind a counter to take someone's order. You
Yep.
could go and stand face to face. So in summary, it's those are both humanizing traits of a coffee shop. Because when it's like, I don't know why, I feel like Starbucks may have coined it, but there's sometimes just like a huge wall in between guests and artists, latte artists.
The latte artists.
And I'm like, I would prefer that everybody be together.
Yeah. And on the calling out the drink part, definitely you wouldn't want like cappuccino,
Cappuccino for Derek.
cortado, or not even a name. I see that happen a good bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So and it's just funny when you're in a space and it's like, dude, there's one person waiting for a drink.
Yeah.
Maybe just be like, hey, I think this is your drink.
Hey, dude, check it out. Here's your drink.
What's up, duder? All right, that's my.
I really like when I go in somewhere and it's really busy, but everyone behind the bar looks composed and happy.
Yeah.
and
Big
no one's
smiles.
panicking.
That one, if you can be in a coffee shop that pulls that off, then that's a really kind of like telltale sign of this is a good shop.
Oh yeah, that makes a big difference. One thing that irks me is this doesn't happen very often, but it has multiple times. Okay, I'm in line at a coffee shop. The person in front of me is ordering, and the barista acts like they don't really care about that person being there, like you said, like they're almost a nuisance. I get up there, and they know I'm from Valor or that I'm in the coffee industry. Maybe they even say like, "Oh, you're from Valor, right?" And then they treat me really well.
Yeah.
That is a big red flag, and it just shows that you prioritize people in the industry over, heck, maybe even one of your regulars that's going to give you way more money than I'm ever going to give you.
Yeah, because you're not going to tip, buddy.
They're getting a tip.
They're going to tip.
Yep.
Any other?
I mean, there's the obvious stuff that we kind of talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, when everybody behind the bar is just kind of moping around, moving really slowly, not greeting people when they walk in, not having a sense of urgency. It's just unprofessional. And or inversely, when everybody's running around like crazy, and then I feel like I'm making their life worse because I added another, ticket to their stack of tickets.
Yeah.
It's just not a very hospitable environment. It's a very stressful environment. Here's one. I have noticed this happens in bars more than it happens in coffee shops, but it happens in coffee shops too, where people are giving out a ton of free stuff, but they don't own the place. Whoa. And so this barista is giving away drinks. They're giving away whatever. They're giving discounts when they shouldn't. And it's like a good look for them as the barista, but they're actually just giving away the owner's money.
Now, did this revelation come on you pre or post ownership of a thing?
I think I got it like when I was working at another place, because I was talking to the owners of that place a lot about business and stuff. So I just kind of started to have that mentality of an owner. And so I would be more cognizant of giving away stuff. And honestly, my biggest pet peeve though is what you said, Riley, of people that working in coffee shops that are partial to folks that are like them in some way, which is understandable. It's understandable because birds of a feather flock together. Ooh. But it's unprofessional and it's nearsighted and it's not hospitable. And
it's not a good way to make money.
It's not good business either, and inevitably, this is just how it is. Younger, college-age people work in the coffee industry. They tend to be more creative and artsy, and it's like when people like that come in the shop, they treat them better than people who are older or not cool, and that's that's just not cool.
Yeah, that's one of the big things we dig into people in interviews and orientation when it comes to like, hey, you're being cool to us, but how about a 70-year-old dude, you know, a retired guy, or like, what about a middle schooler that is just coming to get a hot chocolate? Like, are you going to be interested in them? Because we want to, empathy is beyond your type of person.
Yeah, it's empathy, baby.
Yeah, obviously our coffee shop isn't in East Atlanta, but the point remains that our top guests are not wearing vintage clothes,
or salvage,
or
Red Wings.
They're very normal people that work very normal jobs.
Yeah, and most of them are
cool normal jobs.
Yeah.
Most of them are unlike the people behind the bar.
Exactly.
Here's a question for you guys. What's something that a lot of people are really into about coffee shops, but you don't care about? I'll go first.
Take it away.
Convicted.
Well, I just sprung the question on you, and I was already thinking about this. People are super into like seasonal menus, signature menus, and I don't give a crap about those.
Interesting.
I never waste my money on that stuff.
I like them.
I feel like our cafe would go in an absolute uproar if they heard you say that. Because when I hear about our team going to other places, they're always talking about the different signature drinks.
Yeah,
they get.
That's why I asked the question, and it's not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't fundamentally.
What's
What's
your
wrong
deal?
with you, man?
It's just my preference. I would never, unless it was like super duper compelling for whatever reason. I just am not into
Like a pepperoni cortado. You're like, okay, I gotta see what's
interest
up.
peaked. Interest peaked. Gotta get my protein in. But now, all that to say, our signature menus are amazing, and I really enjoy being a
Because
part
they're
of.
so beloved by
Yeah,
people.
and we sell a lot of stuff on the signature menu. I like quality controlling all that stuff, coming up with stuff, but I never am like, ooh, I just don't.
I get it too. When I go to a coffee shop,
I don't trust people to make
look
good
at,
things.
I look at like the chalkboard or like the other like one-off menu. I'm always like, nah,
Yeah,
just give me coffee.
Yeah.
we're lame. That's the thing.
maybe if I was a regular at a coffee shop and I had got espresso for the 7th day in a row, I'd be like, all right, I'll try your
Sparkling,
thing,
cold brew,
whatever over there.
lemonade.
But I just I don't know, the thought of that is like, miss me with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's
no cap,
mid.
for real.
Yeah.
All right. What about you guys?
I think too many options on of coffees that they can brew for me.
Is it almost?
Almost even just being given an option. I'm like, I don't care.
What do you mean, baby?
Like, if there's a pour over menu with 14 coffees on it, I'm just like, oh.
What is the optimal amount of coffees on the pour?
Is it 3?
It's probably 2 to 4.
2 to 4?
Yeah.
How many does Valor have?
Oh, I think we have
Like
3.
2 to 4.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, I do things the way I like. Okay.
No, it's funny.
Yeah, I get paralyzed by too many choices, and then-
there's no way that they can brew all of those to their best
No
potential.
way. I like having a single origin espresso option. That's cool, but too many options is bad for me. But some people would see that and be like, "Oh, this is awesome! I'm gonna come here every day. I want to get every single coffee,"
Yeah.
and that's probably really cool for them. I just don't do that anywhere.
Yeah.
This is not like a good answer.
Hey, come on, man.
I'm sure it's good. Just say it, buddy.
I just can't think about the last time I went to a coffee shop and got something to go. Like I always get for here. And I'm like, it's interesting that people like 90% of the time get their coffee drinks to go. But
Yeah.
I would never. So much of the going to a coffee shop is like sitting and drinking the thing at the coffee shop.
That probably speaks to like when you go to a coffee shop, which is like never. But when you
You're never on your way somewhere.
Yeah, you're
else.
never like, oh, I gotta grab coffee before I
Go to
'cause
work.
You just drink like 3 or 4 ounces a day.
Yeah,
you
like,
know, so-
see this much, guys? This is like as much as I'm going to drink today.
No, but you're not like going to the random coffee shop on the way to something you have to get to.
But
It's
even
more
if
just-
even if I was, which I am, it's like a part of it. Like I make time to sit and drink it and
Yeah.
then go. And I've seen him do that all the time. He's like, I'm on my way to something, but I'm gonna sit here and drink it and then go.
yeah,
Like I guess I'm like more like traditional Italian culture.
yeah,
Like you like go and you like stand or sit and drink it and then leave.
You got like, yeah.
I feel like like I'm a Renaissance man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we can just like stop there. Like I'm a Renaissance man. Cut.
I think we will stop there because I'm mad now.
Yeah, you guys are like not Renaissance guys.
Okay.
Well, this one was fun, huh?
Yeah.
Some hot takes.
You know, I think future podcast episode ideas from this would be
What is a Renaissance man?
we've talked about and why, and how.
Where?
We've talked about these, these optimal coffee shop experiences. It would be cool to get into how do you achieve that. And I know that's probably, if you were going to put one topic of this whole podcast, not just this one, but our whole show, it would be that. Like, how do you accomplish a good business in coffee? But I'm sure there's a lot of this that we could kind of get into in detail and give a perspective of a coffee shop owner that maybe people would enjoy. Mm-hmm. So if you guys like my idea, then smash like.
And if you don't, comment why you don't like it.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we can do a Q&A.
Yeah.
We can go through Ethan's question. Not this Ethan. I don't care what his questions are. And we can have people write in to us. Send us a message on Instagram to coffeesometimespod, or email us info@valor.coffee with some questions you have. If we've answered the question before, we're going to say we've already answered this question. Listen to our previous Q&As.
Yep.
But
little Q&A.
There's no theme. It's just like bring anything.
It's an AMA.
Yeah.
Oh,
which means ask me anything.
Yeah, dude, I'm on Reddit all the time. I know.
Yeah.
I live on Reddit.
All right.
And cut there.
Yes.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love
All
you.
right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.